Hi, welcome back. Today we are taking a look at this Iron Man figure. I bought this from Amazon and it costed me about 2500 INR, which is about 28 US dollars. So, first let's take a look at the box. On the front, you have Iron Man, and it's also written at the bottom. On the side, Iron Man again. At the back, there are some images of Iron Man, and over here, you have some images from the side profile. And there are some things written over here in Chinese, I guess, because this thing's made in China. So, if anyone knows this language, then they can read that. On the side, there's again Iron Man with a portrait in a dark color, and that's it. There's nothing on the bottom of the box, and we have again Iron Man at the top. So, let's open it. After opening it, you see packaging inside in which you have the figure. So keeping the box aside, this is how the figure had arrived. So in order to take it out of the box, you just need to open this part. There is this piece of hand which comes separate, which you need to attach. So I will keep that over here. And here is the figure. So let's keep all the packaging aside. So this is the figure, and as you can see, here is the part for joining the hand. So you just take the hand. You can see there is a similar pattern on the shapes that is required. So just give it a little pressure and it'll fit in. Now, taking a look at this figure, first things first, this looks really good. I have no complaint about that. If you take a closer look at the figure, let's first talk about the details on the hand. Right. So the details are pretty good. As you can see, the fingers look fantastic. And the pose is also fantastic. This is Mark 7 of Iron Man, if I'm not mistaken. The repulsor blasts do not work, as in like they do not light up, which would have been a great thing if that actually worked. But apart from that, the figure is really good. See, if you look at it from a full 360 view, this is pretty good, isn't it? The paint is shiny and it gives you the proper Tony Stark like feel, which I got. Because I have a few figures in my collection, but this is the best one so far. Coming down to the arms, if you see, the details are pretty good. If you look at the arms, the details, the armor and the other things. If you look at the chest piece, one thing that I did not like about is that there aren't too much details for the arc reactor over here, so that is one thing. The face looks great. The head sculpt looks fantastic, which I will give a big thumbs up for. And if you look at the bottom, these parts of the armor are good. This hand is not removable, so you cannot take that apart. It just stays like that. And if you look at the back, it's good. There are some issues with the paint over here. I don't know if that's with every single one of them or just with this one, but it wasn't really a big deal for me, so I was okay with it. You have the back over here. The legs are really shiny. The golden and the red feels really good. There is some silver part over here. And if you look at the front, this is how it is. You have all this armor. These lines, however, feel a little bit like, see, it's dark on this side. On the left side, it is a bit like smudged or erased. So that's one tiny little drawback which I would say about it. Apart from that, it looks good and it comes with this base. So one drawback is that you cannot remove it from this base. It stays fixed onto it, and apart from that, it's pretty good. The base gives it a nice feel, and that's pretty good for a figure like this. So you see, he is like tilting a bit towards the front. So I usually have to give a paper or some kind of a cardboard like thing on the bottom so that he does not fall over, because I keep him on the shelf. But apart from that, it's good. And now let's get a look at the size, and we will also do some comparisons. 8.5 inches, and that should be exactly about 22 centimeters. You can also check it from the side. This is the size that it goes to, so I'll give it 8.5, maybe a little more than that, but that's a good size for a figure like this. And now let's take a look at some comparisons. So for comparison, first up we have Iron Man's enemy, that is Thanos, of course. I will have to move the camera a little bit so that he fits in. There we go. So this is a 12-inch Thanos action figure, and I think this Iron Man scales really well with this one. He just needs to be a little taller to be, properly scale with him, but he scales really well and they look well, If you keep them like this, like getting a diorama or some kind of a action scene or something like that. And next up, we have Hulk of the same line from Thanos. So here it is, and size, I think they're okay, but I think Iron Man looks a little bigger according to Hulk. But if you look at from the side, I think Hulk should be a little more larger than him. But these are just for giving you a size comparison. So overall, at the end, I will say that this figure is pretty good, especially the pose in which it stays. This is the iconic pose. We have seen this pose in various movies, in games also, like Marvel Contest of Champions. If you play that, you will know that at the end of the battle, when Iron Man wins, this is the current pose that he stays in after he got his buff and everything. So I will give this figure a solid 9 out of 10, and for the price point, this is also really good. So there is full marks for that. Only drawback is that the arc reactor would light up. That would be good, but even then, it's pretty good. A figure like this, and with especially details that are really good. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe to my channel, and drop a comment, and I will see you in the next one.